never introduced myself to you guys. My name is Obi. I'm making another video for you guys today. And my mic might die, mic die. So, I don't know how much longer I have till it does. So I'm just gonna record until it does eventually. Today's topic. There we go. This is pretty good. I should have been using this a long time ago. So just recently, I was just driving down and I was looking at buildings and I thought, man, these buildings are boring. They're super uninspiring. They're just squares. They're all just squares, little rectangle building shapes. And I hated it because I knew if I was the president of the world, I would not allow it to be squares. I would allow it to be something else but a square. So today I want to present the question, how to make the most perfect building ever. I'm using a Sharpie today because the other one ran out of battery. I meant juice, I meant ink. So let's just make this part clear. What is considered a building? Now a building is workable. A building is something you can enter, you can exit. That's about it. I don't really know what would constitute a building, but I know it has to be square and it has to be at least functional, somewhat functional. But why does it have to be a square? Technically, I don't know, but if I would change it, it wouldn't be a square. The squares, they're very uninspiring, they're very boring, and it could be something more fun, something more exciting. Because who would want to live in a square? I'm not a square kind of guy, I don't know if you could tell. Wait, hold on, before we continue. If this video gets 20 likes, I'm donating my kidney to the nearest Home Depot. So that's how it's gonna look like. They're mostly gonna be squares. It's gonna be the building door right here and whatever other stuff you have over here. It's mostly squares. You don't really have anything else within the building. And that's kind of sad and that's kind of boring. And I don't like boring stuff. So what could be done to remove that little boring part about buildings and all of that kind of stuff? I'm not an architect. I didn't go to college for architecture. I didn't even go to college. But to answer that question, let me present to you another question. At what point was it decided that buildings are going to be squares, or they're going to be rectangle, or anything that has 4 different dimensions? Oh, fuck. Alright. So according to ChatGPT, the idea of a square building started in 10,000 BCE. Shit. Alright, we have a problem. So the goal today is to change something that's been around for 12,000 years. You change something that's around 12,000 years old. We could do that. I could do that. That wouldn't be a problem. So square buildings were built around 10,000 BCE, and to keep fuck, I don't know where to go from here. In fact, let me do this. Let me present to you a better idea, an idea that could probably challenge the idea of a square building that's around 12,000 years old. So here I present to you a triangle. Now, how am I going to explain this? I have no idea, but I'll figure it out and I'll try to make sense of it. So here's the argument. I believe triangles are the most perfect shape you could ever imagine. They're not like a circle where they don't have a lot of balance, just primarily just a circle. It could fall over, it could roll over pretty easily. A square is a little bit different because it could balance itself perfectly, but it takes up too much space, and that's not cool. I want my presence to not be occupied by a square. I want to look in between that, where you're not taking up too much space, but you're not as useless as a circle, and that would be a triangle. Because it's a triangular shape, you're not having too much space on the left side or right side. It's going to be like this, so you have extra space, extra air for the velocity of the wind. And if you really look how everything else is built around the world, it surrounds the shape of triangles. Everything to an extent is kind of triangular. So here's what I'm presenting. So shit. This is what I think buildings should look like from now on. Because these are fun. These are way more fun than squares. Squares are boring. And that's probably the best shape you can think of when it comes to a home or some sort of structure. I just think it makes sense. Oh, fuck. Wait, hold on. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Sharpie isn't permanent, is it? Alright, okay, I have a little bit of a problem. I heard the notion of Sharpie being permanent. I didn't realize how permanent it was. This is a problem. That's a problem. Fuck. Could pause the video. My whiteboard is now ruined. You know what? I have a better idea. So my clipboard or my whiteboard is not gonna function anymore. So allow me to make the proper argument. Is a mess. I'm a mess. I didn't think it would be that bad. I mean, I saw the writing. The writing was beautiful, but probably makes sense to trade off the writing with permanency. That has to be a word. That has to be a word. I refuse to believe permanency is not a word. Oh, by the way, what I'm eating, you guys, is watermelon dark chocolate. I don't know what it is about this, but I feel amazing when I eat this crap. I don't mean to cuss, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed to get at the gym. I don't know if I care. Yeah, I don't really care that much, actually. Let's summarize what's going on in this video. My clipboard's ruined. I am struggling to figure out what triangles would be the perfect shape for a building. So let me take a step back for a moment. I need a moment to myself to really think what's going on. I fucked up. I fucked up big time. However, we do not allow fuck ups to fuck up our day. Ha. Oh, she's pretty. So let's forget about the whole triangular shape of a building and why triangles will make the best building. Because I got lost in the sauce and I cannot allow myself to get lost within the sauce because the sauce cannot be lost within, or else the sauce will become you. You don't want to become the sauce, or you want to consume. I'm a mess. Alright, actually, let me try this. Let's take a look at how homes work. Because corporation buildings, they're only designed to make money. They're not designed to have people be the best they can be or whatever crap like that. They're only designed to make as much money as possible. And a lot of the time, they're squares. That's how they look like. But let's look at how homes look like. Because homes, they have an entirely different structure. They're not just a square. Apartments are squares, little units. But homes are shaped like this, actually. I probably should not write it down because I don't have a lot of space. Fuck it. I could ball. I'm a bit of a baller, if I do say so myself. So homes, they look like this right over here. They have a square and they... Wow, that's quick. They have a square and they have a triangle right there. So that's how homes look like. They're using two shapes and combining it, they are combining it to make it a home. But you see how homes look like. They're ugly, they look disgusting, and they're probably not of standard for a human quality kind of thing. So what can substitute that kind of build to fit our needs a little more? You know, it's pretty funny that as soon as I start recording, everyone gets out the way. I don't know why that is. Some people just pass by, but everyone just flee like little bees and bugs and ants and rats. I shouldn't say that about people. That's mean. Alright, I'm trying to think of a way, and I have a concept, I have a little idea. I'm not confident of how this idea would be. So as we know, these houses, they use two shapes, a square and a triangle, and a lot of the time just a square, not really many triangles around. Oh my goodness. So let's figure out why houses just do not help the human body, the human mind, and all that jazzy stuff. It's square-like, triangular, so you don't have a lot of airflow going around, because once you hit a wall, you cannot really come back, kind of just stuck there and just... That's when you're close to the wall, it's coldest. There's a lot of wind in that part. I don't know if that's true, I made that up kind of. I have a concept of how a house should look like. So stick with me in this one as I draw it out. You can stick around. Don't get distracted, please. I'm talking to you, Phil. Focus for once in your damn life. Shit, that's not as good as I thought it would be. I'm gonna show it to you guys, but I'm not too proud of it. I'm not proud of that at all. When I show you this, I need you to stick with me on this one. Give me some leeway. Just stick with me on this one. That's what it should look like. Right here, I have the base right here. That's gonna be the triangular side. Why is it like this? I don't know. We'll figure that out in a bit. You have the square here. The two squares do serve a purpose, but it's gonna be in the middle of it, not the top. Top's gonna be a circle shape like. So you have all the wind coming here, going downwards, and this is gonna support it somehow. I do acknowledge that it looks like a penis. And if you could ignore that, I believe we have something really good in our hands. Because you have whatever needs to support the top, let it go down to the middle, and then the middle is where we live, the middle is where we do our stuff, and then the bottom is where the bottom happens. I don't know. We can figure that out another time, but that's what I feel like will be the best idea so far. I just spit all over myself. We could make that work actually. We can make it look more attractive. All right. Okay, I already did it. It does not look like a penis anymore, but it does not look good as well. This is gonna be the shape of it right over here. It's gonna look like a bit of a tree or a popsicle or whatever that looks like. I'm struggling. I'm struggling right now. Let's try to make sense of this. If we passed by every home and every building that had that kind of shape, with a circular top, a square in the middle, and a triangle at the bottom, objectively, that wouldn't be too bad. And you know what? To prove our point, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, because ChatGPT always tells me that I'm doing a good job. So clearly, it wouldn't make a mistake here. This building structure idea: circular top, square middle. It's just a penis. Okay, according to ChatGPT, it's a cool idea visually, but structurally, it's a bit backwards from what usually works best. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but that it would need very intentional purpose to make sense. So you hear that, it means it's possible, and it means I'm pretty fucking smart. Wait, no. ChatGPT is getting it the other way around. It's dumb. Okay, there we go. So after fixing ChatGPT's thinking of having the point of a triangle be at the bottom, okay, that's not bad actually. I can't think of anything myself, so I'm allowing this little beast of an animal to think for me. So it would make sense for a museum, a luxury hotel, and a landmark tower. What the hell is a landmark tower? Real talk, right there isn't dumb or unrealistic. It's just not optimized for cost and simplicity, and very strong in terms of visual impact. So long story short, it pretty much says that I'm pretty smart and I know what I'm doing, and everything that I've done here was worth it, and that homes should look like the image I just drawn to you. Now my whiteboard is ruined because of this idea that I've had. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna do one last workout for you guys, just to make you guys happy. There we go. We're done. Done with this video. How long have we been recording? 30 minutes? Wow.